Opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Game time! What time is it? Let's go! We ready! We ready! We ready! We ready! I'm going to the house! I'm going to the house! When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. Football is getting hit. That's it. It's gonna be football now. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's hunt now. Let's hunt now. Let's go. Let's hunt. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this, I know we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up with chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't you disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. Don't cry when you step on the field, man. That's who I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We ready? I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
I know this game is just getting started right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones. It is our Winning Wednesday, and it's Women's History Month, and women are making history every single day, 365 days, 24/7. And I mean that from everything that is within me, that it is definitely so. And, of course, a lot going on in the world of sports. We're going to get to all that right here today. And if you want to get in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000 is the number to dial. Definitely looking forward to having y'all on the show today. What's up, Keith Hennick? What's up, Monica Morris Howard? Rockets got James Harden in Brooklyn coming to town. Going to be an early tip-off, 6:30. And two teams going in opposite directions. James Harden and Brooklyn, one of the top teams in the NBA. Rockets, third worst record in the NBA, riding a 12-game losing streak. So, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how this one's probably going to go tonight. But some great sports person long before me came along and said, that's why they play the games. Anything can happen tonight, and, we'll see. But the majority of the news is on James Harden. Owner Tillman Fertitta has decided that he wants to retire James Harden's number. Number 13 will be retired. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal. A lot of folks don't understand why the Rockets, of all teams, are retiring James Harden's number. It's because it's who he was with the Rockets more so than who he was with Oklahoma City. James Harden was new to the league at Oklahoma City. He was a sixth man, but he became a star in this league as a member of the Houston Rockets and trailing only Hakeem the Dream as far as stats go in many of the various categories of franchise best. So, again, not hard for me to understand why Tillman Fertitta wants to do it. We'll talk more about it when we come back. Got to take my first break. 281-453-1000 if you want in. 281-453-1000 if you want in, or text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. It's the lunch break.
Attention business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hi, this is TJ from South Park. I listen to the lunch break with AJ Jones on 1140 AM and 92.3 FM.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. I'm AJ Jones, and all eyes on the Rockets and Brooklyn tonight. James Harden number going to be retired. That's a big deal. That's a big deal no matter how you look at it, that the Rockets are planning to retire the number of James Harden. Only seven other players in Rockets history have had their number retired. And, again, that says a lot about what the what the organization feels about James Harden. I said earlier today on one of the other stations that I hope that the fans that will be in the stands, it won't be many of them, it won't be a full house, but the fans that are in the stands, I'm hoping that they will honor James Harden and not try to boo James Harden. I'm hoping that enough time has passed for the fan base to have gotten over their emotions with James Harden. Let me go to the phone line. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this? Hello?
AJ,
Yeah, Todd, what's going on?
what's up, man?
How you been?
Busy, brother.
I know you have been, brother. I know you have been.
You know me, out in these streets.
Out there in the Rona streets. You don't have to wear your mask after next week, bro. You wide open after next week.
Yeah, man, that'll be interesting to see what happens. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't always wear my mask when I go out. Like when I go see my chiropractor, I typically don't wear it. I did the last couple times. I go pick up food or go to a high school basketball game, which I've been doing a lot since there's high school playoffs right now.
Yeah.
I do wear it at that because there's a massive group of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it's like one-on-one type stuff, a lot of times I haven't.
Yeah, the only time I don't wear mine is when I'm eating and when I'm ministering. That's it. And, of course, when I'm on the show.
and I don't know if your experience is, I mean, there's sometimes I'll just be at places, AJ, I just can't breathe in that thing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and I've tried all different types of masks, but sometimes I'll be at a place with a lot of people, and I have to leave the building because I just physically cannot breathe through that mask sometimes.
Yeah, and I did, brother. I spent a lot of money on getting the right mask, and I've got a face shield that I wear that only covers the bottom half of my face. It doesn't cover my eyes. My glasses do that. And those two combined, I found something that works. Those cloth masks, man, I'm not able to breathe. But those N95s that stick out away from the face, I've got that, and I'll wear my face shield over that, and I'm good to go.
Let me ask you, because you and I wear glasses. The thing I have trouble with, my glasses always fog up. With that N95, does that alleviate that?
So it does. It actually does. And then, if I'm just running in the store real quick to grab something, I'll just put the face shield on, and that doesn't fog my glasses up either because it only covers the bottom half of my face.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did, brother. I tried about 20 different things before I came up with that combination. So that kind of gives me a little double protection. But I'm just telling you now, I'm going to keep wearing my mask. And I'm not going to put up with people trying to make fun of me or thinking it's a political statement or whatever. The governor said what he said. Great. I still got the right to wear my mask, and I'm going to do that until we get on the other side of this thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's a bad idea at all. I'm going to check out that mask you're talking about because that's the biggest thing with wearing glasses, man. If you got the wrong mask on, that little thing will fog you up. You can't see.
And that's what I was trying to tell people about when I minister. If I got my mask on and my glasses are foggy and I can't read what I'm talking about, then yeah, I'm in trouble. So, I had people, try to give me some of those full face shields, and those got foggy. Even ones that said that they did not fog. I guess my breath is real hot. And like I said, the one that I got, I'll even send you a little picture of it so you can see. I forgot where I got it from. I think somebody gave it to me, but I'll try and get that information because it did. It changed everything from me. Now, I sound like Darth Vader while I'm talking with it, but, other than that, everything else is good.
I wanted to circle back with you on that Eyes of Texas thing.
Yeah, I want to get to that. Give me a second. Let me take a quick break. I want to come back. Todd Malcolm joining us here on the lunch break. Get ready to talk about the boosters at Texas UT. We'll talk about that next right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need rims for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. 2 radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM at KYOKradio.org.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Let me go back to the phone line. Todd Malcolm standing by, talking about the boosters and the Eyes of Texas song, all that down there at UT. What you got to say about all that, Todd?
Remember, I think it was a couple months ago, I said I was going to think more about it and come back to you on it, right?
Right.
So here's a classic example of a situation where there's not a win-win at all. And sometimes in life, a win-win does not exist, okay? But I want to, before I tell you what I'm going to tell you, I want to kind of give you an analogy. Maybe my analogy is not correct, okay?
All right.
So you're a pastor of a church, right?
Yep.
You have praise and worship before you preach, correct?
Yep.
Let's say your first praise and worship song that y'all do every Sunday, right? Like your go-to song, the one that everybody loves, okay? Y'all been singing it at your church, let's say, for 30 years, right?
Okay.
Then let's say one day we find out the origin of the song, the person that wrote the song, right, was a racist, right? Like we found out some information later. Doesn't matter how you found it out, but it came about this person was a known, documented, let's give you the extreme example. Let's say this person we found out was a slave owner, okay?
All right.
And but inside your church, the song itself, the words, there's nothing racist in the lyrics, right? And the way we have purposed the song inside the church building is to praise God, right?
All right.
Then we find out, 30 years later, after we've been singing this song, this is the one we open up with every Sunday morning, right? We found out the person that wrote the song owned slaves, okay? So now that we have this information, does that change the meaning of the song for us in the church building that have been singing it, right? And so I try to use that analogy with the Eyes of Texas, right?
Okay.
That you have a lot of fans, a lot of former players that have sung the song. No real racist lyrics in the song, but we've come to find out the origin of the song does have a racist beginning to it, right?
Right.
So this is where it goes to. There's not a win-win situation. If you get rid of the song, right? You're going to obviously upset the people that have enjoyed the song, thought it was unity, a way of if you're not a Texas Longhorn fan, I'm not just talking to you, AJ, just anybody listening, right? That's the way after the game, it was unifying the players and the fans together for staying for 3 or 4 hours in that hot sun singing, right?
Yep.
If you take away that song, you take away almost like a praise and worship song of bringing people together. You're going to obviously piss off a lot of boosters, a lot of fans, current students too that want the song gone. But if you keep the song, right, it comes across as being tone deaf, insensitive, not only to your black athletes that are in your program, but anybody that's any race in the school or anywhere else that thinks that you don't get it. So can you repurpose a song? Can you take an origin of a song, right, and say, look, we're the University of Texas. This song we have is meant for all races to be a unifying song at the end of our sporting events, graduations, anything. Is that possible?
Not unilaterally. And that's what's happening. It's unilateral. It's the university, the boosters are saying, this has been our history. This song has meant this to us. It's going to continue to mean that. Of course, you saw the letter from the boosters, hey, listen, we're going to stop giving you our money if y'all get rid of this song. And, oh, yeah, by the way, it's time to put your foot down on the blacks. They're free to go where they want to go. Let them go, the blacks. So when it's like that, then it's no longer a repurposing. It's no longer a we want to, make everybody feel okay with this and help them understand the importance of song. It's not that anymore. And I get it. I mean, I have sat right here on this show literally since 2017, and my thought process has changed. I really get now that people literally don't have the same baseline core value as others. And that's eye-opening. I know it might sound naive, but that's eye-opening for me. The national anthem means more to people than the people themselves. The flag is cherished more than the lives that it supposedly represents. And, ownership and authority means more than unity and, unilateral and bilateral buy-in. Because if the song means so much and you find out it's got a, negative origin, connotation, what have you, to go back to your praise and worship thing, I'm probably the wrong guy to ask, because once I know better, I'm going to do better. It was one thing when I didn't know better. But now that I know the origin of that song, I don't care what it meant to us. Now I'm knowingly sending that energy, that spirit out every time we sing it. And we're rejoicing in the spirit of the person that wrote it. So no, I'm not going to keep playing that, even if that was historic within our congregation. So to me, if it's one way or the other, and I get it. That's why I say I've literally changed right here, sitting in this chair. If UT doesn't want to not play the song and they want to force the athletes to play it, then it is incumbent upon the athletes, their parents, their guardians, their high school coaches, or what have you, to help them understand that stuff going in, so that they can make the most educated decision that they want to make. I mean, literally, there are things that the NAACP will put out that are basically like travel warnings. This area is not a good area for Black people. UT can be listed as a school that is not a school that's conducive to the Black culture. And is it just based on the song? It's not just based on the song. It's based on the administration and the leadership's willingness to understand something that they themselves never had to experience. And if they don't want to do that, then you've got to deem it as such. That might not be the best school for you to go to. And oh yeah, by the way, Oklahoma is right up the street. They do something a little different. Oklahoma State is right up the road. They do something a little different. West Virginia, you can go all the way down to Big 12 schools and say, these schools, on the other hand, don't have those kind of issues. So do you have to go to UT, or do you want to go somewhere where you'll have a better college experience on and off the field?
I know OU had some issues too. Do you remember, it was a few years back, I can't remember what happened, but they had some, it wasn't about a song, it was about some other stuff going on with fraternities. I can't remember the exact story.
And Todd, every school is going to have that. Every school is going to have those kind of things. I'm talking about where the administration and the boosters are dictating, this is the way it's going to be. And if you don't like it, go somewhere else. Guess what? It's time to start realizing that you can decide to go somewhere else. It's not cancel culture. It's not any of that. I mean, this cancel culture thing blows my mind, because I guess they don't remember that they canceled Colin Kaepernick. I guess they don't remember that. I guess they don't remember that every time something went wrong in the NBA and LeBron spoke up, everybody talked about, well, I'm not watching the NBA. It's a political organization. When the thing went down with Daryl Morey and China, everybody some kind of way blamed LeBron James because he wouldn't speak out against China and Hong Kong. That ain't his lane. That ain't what, he does. So I'm just saying, it's always cancel culture when it doesn't fit somebody else's way of thinking, but they'll use it when it fits their narrative.
Yeah, so let me tell you what I think Texas should do. And like I said, there's no I think with schools and stuff like that, whenever you're over a large, fan base or making decisions, stuff like that, there's rarely where if you make a big decision, it makes everyone happy. Where you're firing a coach, hiring whatever. But I think eventually they will get rid of the song. I don't know when, but I think it'll, because I don't think the problem's going away, but I think eventually it will. I think it eventually will. I don't know when, but I think eventually it will.
Well, and hopefully, that'll be the case. But until then, folks have decisions they have to make. And I'm telling you now, given what happened at Maryland, given what's happened at some of these programs where these coaches have set themselves out to be, the fathers, the saviors, the, medical professionals and all that kind of stuff, and then it turns out not to be, I'm going to be very careful on where I allow my child, my grandchild, my niece, my nephew. I'm going to be very, very boisterous on why they should or should not choose that school. And again, you're going to see more 4- and 5-star athletes picking somewhere else to play. UT does not own every 5-star, 4-star athlete in this region. They just don't. And that's just one more thing that makes them unattractive to some people. And that's okay.
Well, here's what I want to do after this call and take a few months to do. I'm curious because all these school songs are ancient, right? All these school songs, A&M, OU, whoever has one, right? They're probably all over 100 years old, something like that.
Probably.
So I'm curious. I wonder the origin of a lot of them because at UT the request, they had a lot of requests, right? It wasn't just the song, right? They wanted certain names off buildings. They wanted a statue built. The first African American football player that was there. That was done. But it makes me wonder, and I know A&M, there was either a statue they wanted down, but it makes me wonder the origin of some of these other schools, if this is just a UT thing with the school song, or if it's a bigger issue with a lot of not just the school song, but the traditions. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I will tell you, there, especially in the South, there are probably traditions that are steeped in racism, and it's incumbent upon the leadership at those respective schools, and if they're state schools, it includes the leadership of those state governments, to do the right thing. And doing the right thing does not include take it or leave it. If it does, don't get mad when people decide to leave it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm a diehard fan. I've never been one of the games where to sing the song because it's never just been my thing. But I do think eventually it does go away. But it may take more of a movement from the players, or because it's not just the players that want it gone. There's some petition they got down there from a lot of the student body that wants it gone as well.
And that's what I'm saying. They've got to be unified. They got to be organized, and they've got to stick to it. It doesn't happen overnight. I've been preaching that since all this stuff has been going down. The bus boycott of the '60s lasted over a year, and everybody was buying black and only going to shop at black, but they ain't doing that no more. A good majority of folks aren't doing it anymore. It's one of those things where if it means that much to you, you'll stick with it. And then if it doesn't change, you'll find some way to get somewhere else where it is changed.
Let's talk about James Harden.
Yeah.
So I looked up who the Rockets that have their jerseys retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I looked it up, I was like, okay, yeah, you got to put James in there when you base it off the other people they've already had retired their jerseys, right?
Yeah.
But I want to ask you about Yao Ming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Yao Ming should have had his jersey retired?
So, a lot of folks don't realize that Yao Ming's greatness was beyond the court.
Okay.
I forget the guy's full name, but Yao Ming and Yi, I can't think of his last name. It was with Milwaukee. And the night that they played regular season game, the night that they played, they had over 1 billion viewers from China watching that game.
Okay.
And after the game, I mean, just the inundation, the tidal wave of purchasing of Yao Ming jerseys and Yi jerseys for the Rockets and the Bucks and all that, Yao Ming moved the needle on the bottom line. He didn't just move the needle on the scoreboard. He didn't just move the needle on the fan base. Yao Ming moved the needle on the bottom line.
Yeah.
And he was smart enough to, leverage that. He became an ambassador for NBA basketball in China and surrounding areas. He bought it, but he was helped to buy the China Basketball Association. And when you look at stuff like that, that's more than just a player. And that's why he entered the Hall of Fame as a contributor, as opposed to what he did on the court. And that being said, you don't get a player like that all the time. So if he was a member of your organization and was there and all that happened while I was there, yeah, you retire his number because you rarely are going to see another player like that.
Don't get me wrong. If he would have stayed healthy, he would have had an unbelievable career, I think.
And I agree with you, but that's all part of Hall of Famedom. If a person stays healthy, sure. But if they don't, it doesn't negate the other players that did and qualified or other players that did and didn't qualify. So, folks say, oh, yeah, but if he had stayed healthy, that's part of it. It's the same thing with the playoffs. Oh, man, if he had been healthy in the playoffs, well, that's part of it. Those are the factors that you can never account for.
So you're thinking Yao Ming got their jersey retired. It was the whole body of work off the court and on, correct?
Absolutely.
Do you think the NBA, here's what has always confused me about the Basketball Hall of Fame, right? It's because for the Basketball Hall of Fame, it's not the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, right?
Right.
Like pro football, it's the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So they're just taking your NFL career, right?
Right.
And they also have a College Football Hall of Fame, right?
Yep.
So what's kind of confusing with just the Basketball Hall of Fame, sometimes I'll see people get in, and my first inclination is like, man, let's take Bill Walton, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
He only scored like 5,000 career points, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of bad foot injuries. And sometimes when I see people get in, and I could put Yao in that conversation too, right?
Mm-hmm.
My first inclination is like, man, how did he make? Because I'm thinking pro basketball, right?
Right.
And I'm not taking in
it's the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, and I kind of like the way that they did that. I kind of like that, that organization or that foundation or his trust or whatever it was. They did it that way because basketball is appreciated on all those levels. And whether you were a great high school player or college player or pro, or a contributor, male or, men or women, you get recognized. And I love that. I absolutely love that. That's the way it should be to me.
Who is one basketball player you could think of that you would say, man, if he wouldn't have got hurt, he would definitely have been in the Hall of Fame? I was thinking Penny Hardaway.
Yeah. I think Penny would have been there.
Once he got some knees, at the end of Orlando, and the knees started going. Because man, with Shaq, he was a monster.
Yep. Now that's a good one. That's a good one right there.
Trying to think of some other. I think a guy like Brandon Roy was on.
You know what? And that's who I was kind of thinking of. I didn't know if he was on a Hall of Fame kind of trajectory, but he was real good when he was healthy. Real good when he was healthy. Todd, stay right there. I got to take a quick break. And I want to come back with you. Todd Malcolm joining us here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK. If you want to get in, 281-453-1000 or text me, 832-403-5005.
You're listening to 1140 AM and 92.3 FM, the legendary KYOK.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they are able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
Hi, this is Sonia from Southeast Houston, and you're listening to The Lunch Break on 92.3 and KYOK.
And streaming live on KYOKradio.org 24/7. We are the legendary KYOK. This is The Lunch Break. Let me get back to Todd. Todd checking in with us. Got a little flashlight. You don't know nothing about that Parliament Funkadelic. I know you don't know nothing about that, Todd. That was back before your time.
It is.
I know. You got to get some old school, man. Every now and then you got to turn on an old school R&B playlist and let it rip. Let it rip. Do you have Sirius? You have Sirius Radio?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, go to the R&B, old school R&B, because it gives you the song and the year it came out. You're gonna like some of that stuff, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I like listening to different things.
Yeah. So we were talking about James Harden, of course, Yao Ming, and that, and like I said, when I look at who the Rockets have retired jerseys, Yao Ming played 11 seasons, 19 points, 9 rebounds a game, nothing to write home about. Clyde Drexler, number 22, got retired. Only 4 seasons in Houston, averaged 19 and 6, plus 5 assists. But he was one of the NBA top 50 players for his career. Then you got number 23, Calvin Murphy, 13 seasons, averaged 18 points, 4 assists, and a couple of steals. And then Moses Malone, of course, man, big Moses, number 24, got retired after 6 seasons, 24 points, 15 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. He's on that NBA top 50. Then you got Hakeem Olajuwon, 17 seasons, 23 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, 2 steals per game, NBA top 50. And then Rudy T, they retired his number 45 after 11 seasons. I didn't know Rudy T was as bad as he was, 17, 8, and a 5-time All-Star.
Yeah, not Rudy. I mean, the old footage I've seen of Rudy could play.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I stand corrected on Rudy.
Yeah, no, he could. You'd be surprised some of these old coaches. I think Larry Brown, former Sixers coach. I've heard he could play. I'm trying to think of some other ones.
Next thing you know, you're gonna tell me Coach K could play.
Not Coach K. Mike Dunleavy's dad. I guess that was his name too.
Yeah. I was gonna say I know he could play with his funny looking self. He could ball.
Yeah, there was
Doc Rivers could ball. Yeah.
I think you got several guys. Ty Lue, a nice little role player.
Nate McMillan could ball.
Yeah, Nate McMillan was a good player too.
Yeah, man.
I think the ones that the coaches that are out there that I don't really know what their track record was playing at a high level. I would say Brad Stevens is one. Pop. Rick Carlisle was a good role player for the Celtics.
Yeah, he sure was. He sure was. Let me ask you a question. What's the excuse for Rick Carlisle? I mean, for Brad Stevens now. What's the excuse now?
Man, I think this is it for Brad. I think this will be Brad's last year. I mean, because in the NBA, you got a certain window of opportunity, right?
Yep.
And it just seems like the window they had when they had Al Horford, and those other guys were gone. They tried Gordon Hayward. It didn't work for whatever reason. He's playing pretty well in Charlotte.
I was going to say he's balling his tail off now in Charlotte, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think the thing with the Celtics was Gordon, they were trying to use Gordon as like the third option, right? They were trying to run it through Tatum, Brown, and then him, right? And I just don't think he fit into that role of being like the third scorer. In Charlotte, he's the number one man, right? And I think it's more of a fit, kind of like when he was in Utah. But for better or worse, I think this is going to be Brad's last year. I think that they're going to, make a change. It's obviously not getting better, but no, I think this will be Brad's last year for the Celtics.
Now, I don't think he'll be out of work long if and when it happens. I just don't know if they're going to do it this year. But I will say this: dude is wasting quality talent. I do think that he's got an immature team, and I don't know Jason Tatum personally. I don't know what's the other guy?
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I always want to call him Jameer. Like I don't even know a Jameer Brown. But anyway, Jaylen Brown. I don't know them personally, but as them being the face of the team, they just seem to be real immature. I mean, real immature.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I was having a conversation with a buddy of mine in California last year after they got beat in the playoffs in the bubble, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, Jaylen Brown and Tatum are all like 23 years old. That's the scary part, right?
Yep.
And I said, but the problem is they don't have a lot of veterans. Even though Gordon Hayward's a veteran, the veterans really around them, I feel like, to kind of show them. So,
but remember now, that's what started the whole Kyrie thing. When Kyrie started to try to be the big brother, Tatum was the first one to speak up. I don't need that. I'm playing my game. And Brown just kind of nodded because I understand he's the quiet one in the group. But I'm just saying it's what they wanted, they got, and now it's precipitating what was ultimately wrong. These guys are great players, great athletes, but when it comes to the maturity of what to do, when to do, where to do it, how to do it, they don't have that. And Brad Stevens doesn't seem to be the one that can calm the situation down and say, all right, guys, here's what we're going to do. It just feels like a bad mix to me. But that's, I've been banging that drum for a while. I just want to hear from you. What's the problem this time?
Well, here's taking off Brad Stevens for a minute. Veteran teams win championships, right?
Yep.
You look back at every team for the last 20 years that's won an NBA title, young teams don't win. Like when I say young, if your best players are, typically under 25 years old, there's typically, for some reason, it takes to get you by your 7th, 8th, 9th year to figure it out for whatever reason. Giannis, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
He's got the tools, but he's still trying to figure it out. And I think Giannis will eventually get there. I think Giannis will eventually win one championship, in my opinion.
I believe that.
It may not be until his 9th year, 10th year, whatever, but he'll, like Dirk did, right? Remember how many years people said, man, Dirk's never going to win it?
Right.
And then he finally broke through.
Yep.
And I think sometimes what you're doing with Tatum and Brown, there may be some immaturity on their part. Maybe they're still trying to figure it out. Maybe Brad is not the right guy anymore. Maybe he was at the right time when those guys were really young. Since Brad was kind of a college coach, of kind of bridging that gap. But maybe Brad has taken them as far as he can. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just hit that wall. And I think some coaches in the NBA are great at coaching veteran teams. Some are really good with young teams, and maybe Brad just cannot take this group any further. I look at the roster. I was looking at the roster when I was talking to you. I mean, I like Tatum, I like Brown, I like Marcus Smart. But man, I like I said, I think the window they had when Gordon left, Horford was a big loss to me.
I agree.
That guy was a veteran. He could take those young guys. He's never been a problem in the locker room. Rim protector. When they lost him a couple years back, I don't think they ever fully, really recovered from that. They didn't replace him with anybody.
Right. I tell you, one guy they got to start apologizing to is Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau got those Knicks balling, and they're fun to watch. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing out of the Knicks right now.
I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen them play much. I do want to ask you about LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
Last 14 games, he's averaged, when they put him in the starting lineup, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists.
Yep.
That's amazing.
I know. I'm telling you, again, a lot of folks owe him an apology.
So does he remind you of, I'm not talking about shooting, just playmaking wise, does he remind you of Luka?
No, he doesn't. And I know a lot of folks kind of see that similarity. I'm trying to think more of who he reminds me of than Luka. I mean, he's just one of those instinctive players that what he sees, it takes you a minute to like, oh, okay, all right, I see what you're doing now. He's just that kind of player with his passing, with his point guard view of things. He's a playmaker, man. I like what I see in that young man, and I'm glad Jordan has him.
What about when he first came out? I started watching him. Did you ever see any like Jalen Rose comparisons?
Yep, yeah, I did. In fact, Jalen Rose kind of said that himself because he's a big guard, and he's like, us big guards, a lot of times they get a different rap than other guards. But yeah, I do see some comparisons there. More scoring, but definitely a comparison.
Yeah, so I think that one may be a one. But man, I've been surprised for 19 years old.
Yep.
Man, he's impressive. Like you said, he's a big guard. So
when you talk to your boy Skip Bayless, tell him to call that man and apologize.
Yeah, no, he and Lonzo Ball's playing better. His 3-point percentage is up to 40%.
Yeah.
I think LaMelo's going to be a better player long term, but I'll give Lonzo credit. He is getting better.
Yeah, no, they both are, and I felt like this is what was going to happen. So I'm happy for them. You know me, I ain't mad at the Ball family.
Yeah. So, man, AJ, I won't keep it, but great show as always. Okay.
Always appreciate you, Todd. Stay safe out there. Tell the whole family we said hello.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
All
appreciate
right. All right. Good call, Todd Malcolm. Good call. I know I had somebody holding on. Give me a call back. Would love to hear from you. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. It is the lunch break. It is the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Got to get to Sybil Wilkes, get her COVID-19 update real quick, and then we'll kind of put a wrap on this first hour. Again, James Harden coming to town tonight. And again, James Harden, what he's been doing, man, how he's been making sure that the city gets fed, that they get water and all of that. I can appreciate that. I can really appreciate that. Let me see if I can get this call in real quick. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, man, you got to take a commercial break because I can hold.
What in the world, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs?
I'm like a butterfly and sting like a bee. It's just me.
You know. What, brother? I'm like Eddie Murphy on The Golden Child. Whatever I did to my brother, to purge my brother, I should be scourged. Sodom Noonspot, I should be scourged, brother.
Quick quiz. How you feel, Dre?
With my hands, brother. With my hands.
You ain't forgot. But do you need to take a commercial right quick?
I do. Let me play Sybil Wilkes.
Okay.
And then, Greatest, don't go nowhere now. Don't hang up.
I ain't going nowhere, player.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Greatest. Let me put him on hold. I wish I had a special hold music for just him, but I don't. So whatever they playing greatest, that's for you. All right, we'll be right back. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on here. We'll be right back with the greatest right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM.
Books with what you need to know today. Abbott announced Tuesday he's lifting mask mandate in the state of Texas, even as health officials warn not to ease safety restrictions. Abbott also said businesses of any type will be allowed to open 100% beginning Wednesday, March 10th. Health experts say relaxing restrictions now could lead to another surge, especially with the variants spreading. Leaders at the World Health Organization report the number of new COVID-19 cases are on the rise for the first time in almost 2 months. Civil rights leader, attorney, power broker, and presidential confidant Vernon Jordan has died. As a part of his work with the Georgia National Association of Colored People and the United Negro College Fund, this son of the South challenged all forms of segregation and racial discrimination. Mr. Vernon Jordan was 85. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit civilwilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
Hey, what's up? This is your boy James Fortune, and you are listening to The Lunch Break. Keep it locked.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the host, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, we back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, the all-new 92.3 FM. It's hour number 2, and let me turn it over to the man with the plan. He is simply known as the greatest. Brother, how are you, man?
Oh man, everything is beautiful, man. No, the only reason my schedule had changed, man, they had me working at nighttime, so that's why. So when you was on there, I'd be snoring.
Ain't mad at you. You got to get them Z's in when you can when you work that night shift, brother.
Yeah. So I'm back. Well, hey man, but let me just say this real quick. I want to get your opinion. You old school like me, but I'm really getting sick and tired of every halfway physical play in the NBA. Your referees got to go over to the table, man, and take 10, 15 minutes, man. Now, you can tell when somebody intentionally trying to put the hurt on somebody, but if somebody making a play for the ball, why do it take so long for these guys? I mean, the game just didn't got too technical to me, Dre.
Well, I think part of it is the coaches now have a challenge that they can use. So, and then like you said, when it looks close, you know, they kind of trying to get it right. So they'll go over and take a look at it. And it does take a little longer than I think it should, but they just trying to get it right. And when they get it wrong, then those coaches throw those challenges in there. And then they got to go back and look at it again, different angles, what have you. I think they're even talking to New York. So it's a lot going on.
Oh, no, man. To me, that just takes away from the game, man. I like the good old days when they made a call, whether it was right or wrong. Let's just go with it, man. But the game just didn't, say, man, if I'm going up for a rebound and I accidentally elbow you in the chin, it was an accident. Now, I didn't do that with no malicious. I didn't do that intended. We just going for the ball, but then you call a foul on me, man. Come on, man. I was watching the Lakers the other night when Schroeder, Steph Curry leaned into Dennis Schroeder with and elbowed him in the mouth, and they called the foul on Schroeder. And Schroeder was a little bit hostile, and I don't blame that brother, man. Come on, Dre, man.
You already know now. You already know. Golden State don't get them calls like they used to, but folks so used to call them for Golden State. Clearly, Schroeder must have done something wrong to get that elbow.
And then, like you and Todd, that was a good call, too, Todd. Hey, man, but okay, Steve Kerr, when he was winning, he a great coach. Same thing with Brad Stevens when they was winning. Oh, boy, let's sign this man up for the next 10 years. But right now, the magic is gone. What's the deal? I thought they were such great coaches, Dre.
Now you already know
what has happened.
You already know. I've been on Brad Stevens for a minute. Because once LeBron left the East, it should have been Brad Stevens' conference. Yeah. I'm talking about the whole East should have been reporting to Brad Stevens, and he didn't do it. And even this year, he's not doing it. 18 and 17? No, bro. Yeah. No. Ain't no excuse for all that. Ain't no excuse for all that at all.
Got enough time. I ain't gonna be long. Okay, two more quick things. Okay, Luka Doncic. He one of them kind of guys that, you know, when the late Kobe Bryant was playing ball, I missed a 30-year reunion. I can't make it Kobe playing. LeBron James. You know, I got to get up at 3:30 every morning. But if LeBron James don't come on at 9:30, you know, Los Angeles time, I'm staying up to watch LeBron. That's the way I feel about Luka. Do you think it's fair to compare him to Larry Bird right now?
I think it's a little early for that. But I also think that he is that kind of player. He is going to be, you know, barring something unforeseen, injury or you know, God forbid, something else. But barring anything like that, he is going to be, in my opinion, one of those generational players.
Yeah, he's a very skilled player. Not quick, not really athletic, but he got skills, man.
Yep.
Fundamental.
Yep.
Then the last thing I want to say, and I'll hang up listening because I know other people want to talk, but do you think Jimmy Harden, Kyrie Irving, and I'm jealous of LeBron James, Kevin Durant, do you think they can coexist, Dre?
I do. I really do. I think that they've already shown it. You know, I know they haven't played much together, but what I do see, they like playing together. And you know, we always say, oh, there's not enough ball to go around. There was enough ball to go around in Oklahoma City. There was enough ball to go around in Golden State. There was enough ball to go around with them Lakers. There was enough ball to go around with Boston back in the day. You know, I think people forget these guys have played high-level basketball on every level, whether it be on all-star teams or traveling teams or AAU teams. They know how to play well together. I think Brooklyn is one of the teams to beat in the East, period, point blank.
Don't close your eyes on Harris because that guy can shoot.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. They've got depth. They've got skill. They've got some decent coaching. Brooklyn's going to be a problem come, you know, end of the year.
Yeah, I know it. All right, Dre, that's all I got, man. I'll let somebody else get on. But if he start to run, stop him in one. If he don't really want to fight, he better stay home that night. Rumble, young man, rumble. Come on, Dre.
I missed my brother. I have missed my brother. Caller of the year 2018, the greatest. The greatest. I missed him, man. I'm glad he's able to call back in. But no, to his point, Luka is definitely on the come up. What you're hearing, if you haven't seen much of him, what you're hearing is true. What you're hearing is true. Now, I don't know about his defensive skills. Larry Bird played some defense. You know, he wasn't going to shut you down, but he was going to make you think about it. He was going to make you work for everything. So I'm not ready to put him in Larry Bird category, but I'll put him in Luka category. He's all I got to do is say his name. You know who I'm talking about. That's a category all by yourself. You know, that's a category all by yourself. I think LaMelo is on his way to that. I mean, you know, how many games has he played? How many games has LaMelo played? Let me see. He has played 34 games. Too soon to crown him. What the late great Dennis Green say? You want to crown him? Crown him. He was who we thought he was. It's too early, but he's got. I love everything I'm seeing about him. I mean, he could have easily come in under all the pressure of what they said about him, what they thought about him. He didn't do any of that. He just came in and balled, and is still balling. No pun intended on the name. You know, I think his brother suffered more from the hype than he is. And again, I for whatever reason, I'm crediting Michael Jordan for that. I believe Mike pulled him aside and said, hey, man, just be you. We drafted you to be you. Do what your coach tells you to do, but be you. Because this young man is gifted. He sees stuff that the average person doesn't see. And I've said to y'all, There are people that play point guard, and then there are point guards. Kenny Anderson, back in the day, was a point guard coming out of Georgia Tech. You know, Stephon Marbury, point guard coming out of Georgia Tech. I don't know why I'm on these Georgia Tech boys. Chris Paul is a point guard. He doesn't just play point guard. He is a point guard. You know, so I'm just saying. LaMelo Ball, I like it. Pretty soon I'm just going to say LaMelo. Not Melo, but LaMelo. So anyway, it's going to be interesting tonight when Harden hits town. It's going to be interesting. I think the Rockets are in trouble. I think they're going to get a little bit of a beat down, but we'll see. Again, Rockets announced that they're going to retire James Harden's number 13, making him the seventh person in Rockets history that they retired the jersey of. And Rockets will host Brooklyn tonight at 6:30 Central, riding a 12-game losing streak. Spurs beat the Knicks last night, 119-93. DeJounte Murray led 6 Spurs in double figures with 17. Spurs are going to host Oklahoma City tomorrow at 8. College basketball, number 3 Baylor locked up the Big 12 with a win over number 6 West Virginia, 94-89. UT finally got back in the win column when they beat Iowa State, 81-67. Texans reworked the contract of running back David Johnson. Duke Johnson got released. David Johnson, they reworked his deal 1 year, $6 million, $4.25 million guaranteed. Which tells me what I want to know. Who's going to run the ball for whomever plays quarterback for the Texans? I did find out, though, the Texans, let me pull this up, make sure I got this right, because I'm not siding with the organization. Please hear me. I am not siding with the organization. But this is significant. The Texans will have to pay $40 million in penalties and dead money to trade Deshaun Watson. That's a significant hit. Typically, $20 million is too high. $40 million, it might be impossible. Not impossible because they can't work it out. Might be impossible because the Texans don't have that room. They don't have that cap luxury to take a hit on $40 million. They were the highest payroll franchise, lowest cap space, and one of the worst teams in the league. So that's the perfect storm. You got the highest payroll, you got no cap room, and you bad. So $40 million, they might have to hold on to him at least one more year. And the crazy thing is, if he doesn't play that one more year, that just pushes the $40 million down the line. They can recoup back $20 million of that by not paying him. But the new contract doesn't kick in for another year after he sits out. This thing just got real. You might see the NFL fight of the century between Deshaun Watson and his camp and the Houston Texans and their front office. That $40 million dead money, that's a big hit. I don't see them getting out from under that. I don't know where they could even get that money. They would have to move several players off the books to even be able to get in a position to trade him. Or have another team pick it up. Monica Morris Howard. Oh, that's why they're trying to keep him. That really might be. I'm not siding with the organization. I want Deshaun out of Houston. They wrong. They dead wrong. I don't want him here no more. Can I start a GoFundMe for Deshaun to raise the $40 million? Can I do that? I promise he'll get the money. I ain't gonna do him like those people that do the homeless folks. They raise all that money for the homeless people. All of a sudden, they driving nice cars and fancy houses, and the homeless folks got a bike and a coat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do him like that. If I raise $40 million for Deshaun, I'm paid to the order of the Houston Texans. And down in the memo section to cover the dead cap money. God bless you. They might not be able to move Deshaun this year. It might be too big of a hill to climb. Take a break. If you want to talk about it, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or call me. Or text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Hey, it's tax season, and Global One Tax Services wants to be your tax preparer. They will even come to your home if you're comfortable with that. Call Shannon Hinton at 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. It's the lunch break. Global One Tax Service bringing us this segment of the lunch break.
Attention business owners, listen carefully to this important message. Are you tired of struggling with monthly bookkeeping or always being behind? Maybe you're fed up with paying your CPA ridiculously high hourly rates for subpar services. At Finance Pal, we know your pain. We're small business owners who understand your tax and accounting needs. At Finance Pal, we take over your books and design a program custom tailored to fit your needs. Whether it's bookkeeping, payroll, bill pay, inventory tracking, or taxes, we have you covered. We handle some or all of these services for one flat, affordable, low monthly fee. Stop worrying about your books and drowning in paperwork. Let us worry while you focus on growing your business. This setup is easy, and we give you the tools and technology to make your monthly finances streamlined and organized. Call now for a free business assessment.
800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. 800-213-9527. That's 800-213-9527. Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, maybe losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Now, back to the lunch break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Winning Wednesday, and you know what we got to do in a minute, right? You know what we got to do in a minute, right? Got to play some stats battle. Got to play some stats battle right here on the show, and I got a good one for you today. I'm actually looking forward to it. We'll do it in just a few minutes. But anyway, I got a couple of people hitting me up about the Deshaun Watson thing I just said. AJ, is Deshaun aware of that, and why would he do that to the team? Okay, so I think Louis Riddick was the one that said, I'm trying to give credit where credit is due. I think Louis Riddick was the one who said, it is not the player's responsibility to manage a team's salary cap. It's not the player's responsibility. That's why you got general managers. That's why you got capologists that work for the general manager if they're not the capologist. That's why you don't need to have a guy like Bill O'Brien negotiating contracts sitting next to his former prayer partner. I'm sure they ain't even cool no more. Jack Easterby. That ain't Deshaun Watson's problem. It's their problem. Deshaun wants out. Figure it out. See, this is the thing that kind of gets me because everybody wants to give the owners all the credit. Oh, let the owners own. Let the general managers general manage. Let the coaches coach. The player's got to play. Okay, the player wants to play. He don't want to play in Houston. They crazy. He don't want to be under that crazy organization. Oh, but he just signed a contract. They lied to him. He signed that contract based on some contingencies, and they did everything but after he signed the contract. What's crazy is that man wanted to play for Bill O'Brien. And what did Cal McNair and them do? Go out and fired Bill O'Brien after 4 games. Made no sense. And that's hard for me to say. When they fired Bill, it made no sense. And then when the young man went to the ownership at the request of the players to talk about their concerns with Jack Easterby, the owner lied. Jack Easterby will have nothing to do with the general manager search or the head coach search, and he will not be the general manager. He even kind of alluded to the fact that he wouldn't be a part of the organization. And then somewhere down the line, Deshaun, we're going to take your input on general manager and head coach. Deshaun didn't ask for that. They offered that to him, and they lied. And then all of a sudden, they scrapped the search, went with Jack Easterby's other prayer partner, Nick Caserio. Literally did not make an effort to interview Eric Bieniemy, Robert Saleh, any of the people that Deshaun gave as potentials until Deshaun stopped taking their calls. Then it was like, oh, hurry up, let's interview Easterby. Oh, hurry up, let's interview Bieniemy. Oh, let's hurry up and interview, who else can we interview? Omar Khan. Too late. What did Deshaun say? Once they paint you a picture, don't let them paint you another one. Loyalty matters. So, yeah, he signed the contract, but the Texans didn't do a good job of holding up their end of the contract. So it is not his fault that it would count $40 million against the team if he's traded. It's not his fault. They should have did what they said they were going to do. Or at least talk to him before they went in a different direction. Y'all act like talking to these players is against some kind of law. Oh, you can't talk to them. They're employees. That's why your business don't work. That's a dumb business model. If you want to be God, then go get a religion. If you want to run a business, you might have to talk to your employees every now and then, especially the good ones. Goodness gracious. Let me take a break. I need to breathe. I'll be right back right after this on the lunch break.
Hi, I'm Linda J. I recently purchased 4 new tires from OMG Tires and More, located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen. TK got me in and out in less than 30 minutes. While there, I got my car washed. Do you need brands for your car? OMG has them too. OMG Tires and More is your one-stop shop for all your tire needs. So give them a call at 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located at 3124 Tidwell between 59 and Jensen on the north side.
Here's an important COVID-19 school system update for your local area. If you're concerned about your child's education, please pay close attention to this message. The current school systems were not set up for at-home learning. If you're worried that your child may not be getting the grades they need to get ahead, may be losing self-confidence, or you're worried about them getting into a good college because of their grades, help is available to you. Call Grade Potential Tutoring. They can help with in-home or online tutoring and help your child with any subject at every grade level, even for test prep. They're experts in the home tutoring and online tutoring field and confident they can help you and your child get better grades today. Call now for your free consultation. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. 800-580-7680. That's 800-580-7680.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing, and you always need to be sticking your fingers. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. You simply apply a discreet, easy-to-use sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger pricks. If you test your blood sugar at least 4 times per day and inject insulin at least 3 times per day, or use an insulin pump and have private insurance or Medicare, you might be eligible for a CGM with little or no cost to you. Call U.S. Medical Supply today for a free benefits check. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill Medicare or your insurance directly. Call now and say goodbye to finger pricks.
800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. 800-633-1378. That's 800-633-1378.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. 800-262-4690. That's 800-262-4690.
Hi, I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
I'm Ben Tankard, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Let me go to the phone line real quick. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Dan, it's Longhorn Keith, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, Longhorn Keith. How about yourself, man?
Bro, I am good, man. I feel blessed and honored, I guess, to be calling in after such great legends have spoken with you today. So, man, the greatest, that brother, bring it, man. I love that passion, man.
I love that brother, man. I hate that we don't get to talk more often, man, but you're right about that.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, I'm not sure if you and Todd, I caught the tail end of you and Todd's conversation. And I really enjoy connecting with Todd via social media. We do a lot of exchanging information via Instagram a lot. So really good brother to talk to as well. But I wanted to follow up or at least talk about something that really troubled me about my university. The report came out on Monday in the Texas Tribune about the Longhorn fight song, the Eyes of Texas, and more importantly, what took place. And I got to give kudos to Jay Hartzell, who's the president at University of Texas, and his comments towards the racist, bigoted, and downright just hateful language that came his way during the 2020 season as a result of players choosing not to stand and sing for this song. So the report came out in the Texas Tribune, and they redacted the names, but kept basically the gist of the comments were a lot of the emails that the president himself received regarding players not standing. And I'll paraphrase because I'm driving right now, but it basically, one of them said, and this is the one that stood out to me the most, if the blacks can't figure out how to stand for. This is 2021, by the way, right?
Yep.
Or 2020. So if you can't figure out how to get this under control, and the blacks can't figure out how to keep the spirit in the university, then the blacks can go move out of the state of Texas. And everybody is good at being a keyboard bully, or you can be good at being a keyboard bully. But, this incensed me in such a way that it cut me at my core, because how are you in 2020 so full of that much hatred and that much racism that you can then say and then they threaten. They even went to some of these players, and the players came out, Caden Sperry, DeMario Overshawn, came out and said they were threatened to stand for something, a symbol that they did not believe in.
Yep.
And I said to myself, in what world do you feel like it is totally okay for you as a grown, white man to threaten a kid over a sport that he is sacrificing himself for? It reminds me, or just it is a clear indication to me, we have a long way to go.
Yep.
And until and when our white allies, true allies, will speak truth to these people who have money, and because they have money, they seem to think that they have the power. And this is the last thing I'll say to this. For them to have that much entitlement, right, to believe that it is okay for them to say this type of foolishness to young men and to threaten the president of the university and to threaten these students, it is to me to say, you are so privileged. You have no idea that the wealth that you live on is off the back of the enslaved people of which these young men come from. And you choose to ignore that while trying to make them your puppet. Well, I got news for all of America who think, and let me be very clear, all of white America who thinks that this is we are in the 50s or the 40s or even in the 60s. There is a new day in which black people will no longer tolerate your insufferable, racist, bigoted nonsense. It's time out for it. And if the people who know how to jive to our music, move their bones to our music, you can associate with all of our social norms, but you can't call out your grandpa, your daddy, your mama for their racist behaviors, then miss me. Don't come to our area. Don't even choose not to listen to our music, because it's ridiculous for us. We're not your convenient play toy. You can't just pick us up and we're good enough to be on the football field, but we're not good enough to stand for what we believe is socially right for us. Give me a break.
Yeah, Keith, you said a lot. Let me add this though. Check this out. We're saying that some of these folks are trying to turn the hands of time back to the 50s and the 60s. Mm-hmm. Let me blow your mind with this. No, they're not. They've updated the old form of racism to a newer form of racism. So much so that where David Duke could not get into the White House because of his racist beliefs, they got the new version of David Duke in the White House.
Oh, sir.
And everything else from there was able to flow freely. It was now no longer a bad thing to be America first. It was no longer a bad now. And again, that America that they're talking about ain't our America. It ain't us. It's their America. it was not a bad thing to be white power and white believing, as we say black power and black culture. So it's been updated, brother. We're dealing with 2021 racism. We're not dealing with 1950 racism, 1960 racism. We're definitely not dealing with the slavery days, but we are dealing with people that will literally take up their guns and go and threaten and attack people for their entertainment. Not because of persecution, not because of being obstructed or abused or attacked, but for their entertainment, so that they can go get their hair cut and they can go get a drink and have dinner when they want to. And oh yeah, so that they can be entertained by sports. You had a president that was bragging about getting sports in leagues all around the country back on the field for what? Entertainment and money. So these folks are emboldened, brother. You know, they will miss us all on that song, but they won't back down from it. And like they said, if the blacks don't understand that, then let the blacks go wherever they want to go and they can get their way. But it's not going to change here at UT.
You know, and that statement to me is probably the most powerful indictment of where those backroom conversations, and you're right, they have changed the game in which how they operate in 2021 in terms of racism since 2016 when they emboldened the biggest racist president we've ever had in the White House, in my opinion. However, you're right, they've been emboldened to the point where now they have chosen to speak out in areas, and this is the part that makes it so funny, or makes them look stupid. You are so ignorant that you would use the term black as if to disparage a group of teenagers and young men who are representing the university. Black, as if we are not human beings.
And that's what I was just going to say. To them, you're not human beings. You're entertainment. You're an athlete. You're there to make the school look great. You're there to do what Alabama just did, win us a national championship. And as long as you do that, guess what? They have no problem with you. You can't date their daughter. Did you see the one night in Miami? Yeah, you got to stay here on the porch. You know we don't let you in our house. You know, but you're not going to be a problem either. And you not wanting us to play our song, and you not wanting us to have our monuments, and you not wanting us to have our heroes on our statues and monuments and things like that, that's a bridge too far. Now we got to shut you down, and if you come for us, you're part of cancel culture.
Yeah, and here's the crazy part. You are a loser. To believe that you were a Southern colony, do they just think that we don't know history? We don't read history books? We don't understand that the Civil War was a complete wash of the South, where they didn't stand a chance. And Texas was just as we were founded on racist principles. Let's not fool ourselves. This whole country was. But the idea to assume that we are supposed to be like, no, let's just ignore the facts of history and deal with what you tell us is our history. We're way beyond that.
Yeah, and that's the point that we've got to be. We got to be way beyond that. We've got to know our history for ourselves. We've got to stop allowing people to dictate who we are, what we are, and where we can be. And we've got to stop, again, if they don't want to change the eyes of Texas, don't. But just realize you don't get to dictate where these kids go and live out their careers. And again, they pass out degrees at other schools. Other schools have won quite a few more championships than UT. So you know what? As parents, we've got to start doing a better job of sending our kids to schools where they are fully valued and greatly appreciated and treated like humans and not just entertainment.
100% agree, brother. As always, man, love talking to you, man.
Love it, man. Be safe out there, brother. Can't wait till we do it again.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Longhorn Keith, y'all, always a good call. I mean it. I can sit and talk to that brother for a long time about a lot of things. And I can't say that about everybody. So, all right, I got to get ready to take a break. When we come back, we will play Stats Battle. When we come back, we will play Stats Battle. So get ready. Will it be A or B? Will it be A or B? We'll do that when we come back. If you want to get in, you can text me your vote at 832-403-5005, 832-403-5005, or you can call it in, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or you can email it. And that's aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. All that Stats Battle right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. We'll be right back.
Now, in-home or in-office do-it-yourself COVID-19 testing is available to you, and the results are 99% accurate. Save your time and be safe by avoiding the lines and crowds. You can test yourself and your family members at home. Test your employees at work, making sure your workplace is safe. Simply call Citation Bioscience at the number we're about to give you to order your COVID-19 testing kits. When they arrive, follow the simple instructions and send them back to us with our prepaid shipping. Results are ready the next day in 95% of the cases. And remember, they are 99% accurate and reimbursable by your insurance company. Save your time, stay safe, and avoid the crowds. Order your COVID-19 kits now by calling this number now. Pricing starts at $119 and discounts are available for larger orders. Call now. 800-247-8046. 800-247-8046. That's 800-247-8046.
Do you watch television? Of course you do. Then have you tried Dish TV from All American Dish yet? No? Well, now is a great time because we're giving everyone that calls today a 2-year locked-in price. Your rate will not change for 2 years. The clock is ticking. Call now, get Dish, and get your price locked in for 2 years and save yourself some money. Dish has your favorite TV programs, even Netflix and Amazon Prime built into the DVR. You can even watch Dish anywhere you have an internet connection. Plus, we've even got awesome discounts for the military and seniors. Oh, and one more thing. Call All American Dish now and we'll even give you a free Google TV voice remote, free installation, and free equipment. Don't wait. Call All American Dish now.
800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. 800-296-1302. That's 800-296-1302.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they are able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-603-9359. 800-603-9359. That's 800-603-9359.
This is Brian Courtney Wilson, and you're listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It is that time where we are going to play Stats Battle. And I'm bad. I got 2 today that I don't know if you're going to be able to figure these out. If you've never played, let me tell you how it goes. All right, so I've got 2 contestants, A and B. I will not give you their names. I'm going to give you 5 categories of stats. You pick which one, A or B, after each category. Whoever has the most votes at the end of the 5 categories wins. And if you can tell me at least one of the contestants I've got 2 tickets for you to the State Fair Classic that will be coming up on March the 13th. It'll be Prairie View A&M versus Grambling State University up in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas. And again, it's going to be a great football matchup. So that's stats battle. Let's get ready to rumble. All right, here we go. Here we go. I've got 2 contestants, A and B. Contestant A was the number 1 pick, first overall in the draft the year they came out. Player A was number 1 overall pick in the draft when they came out. Player B was number 1 first pick in the draft when they came out. So both players were the very first player picked in the draft when they came out. Who do you want, player A or player B? Player A or player B? You can hit me up on social media. Just say A or B. You can text me 832-403-5005, or you can email me aj@kyoksports.com. Who do you want, player A or player B? Both of them were the number 1 pick in the draft when they came out. Player A or player B? Player A or player B? All right, y'all taking your time. 281-453-1000 or text me 832-403-5005. All right, here we go. 281-502 said give them player A. All right, 1-0. 1-0. Who else we got here? Here we go. 713-449 said give them player B. All right, 713-568 says, now, did you say both of them were the number 1 overall pick? Text back, yes. Give them a chance to figure out what they want. All right. We got RW going with player B. All right, let's see who we got. Let me go back to that person that had just texted. Okay, 713-568 said give them player B. All right, it's 3-1. It's 3-1. Let me go to category number 2. Category number 2. Player A is a multiple. That means more than one NBA champion. Just dropped you a hint. Player A is a multiple NBA champion. Player B is a multiple NBA champion. Player A has won multiple NBA championships. Player B has won multiple NBA championships. Who do you want, player A or player B? Player A or player B? 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. Okay, here we go. 832-275 said give them player A. 832-977 said give them player A. 832-432 said give them player B. All right. Come on, who y'all want? Let's see. 281-685 said give them player A. RF said give her player A. It is 5-4. 5-4 right now. 5-4. Let me go to category number 3. Category number 3. Player A has been the NBA Finals MVP more than once. More than once, player A has been the NBA Finals MVP. Player B has been the NBA Finals MVP more than once. Player A or player B? Player A or player B? Both of them have been NBA Finals MVP more than once? 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. All right. RW say gotta go with player B. It is 5-5. 5-5. All right, here we go. 713-568 said give them player A. 832-525 said give them player B. 646-866 said give them player B. All right, 317-403 said give them player B. All right, it's getting close. It's 8-6. It's 8-6. Let me go to category number 4. Category number 4. Player A was an NBA most valuable player. Player A was an NBA most valuable player. Player B was an NBA most valuable player. Player A, most valuable player. Player B, most valuable player. Who do you want? Player A or player B? Player A or player B? And we only got one more category left, so hit me up. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. Okay, RB says they're going with player B. RB's locked into player B. It's not Black History Month. Y'all can't be just picking player B all the time. RB. So right now it's 10-6 after RB's votes. Okay, here we go. 832-275 said give them player A. 832-966 said give them player B. 832-432 said give them player A. All right, 270-283 said give them player A. 281-685 said give them player A. It is 11-10. It is 11-10. All right, do I want to get anybody else? Okay, here we go. 713-889 said give them player B. All right, so it is 12-10. Final category. Final category. Oh, man. Y'all ready? Final category. Player A averaged 24 points per game. Player A averaged 24 points per game. Player B averaged 22 points per game. 24 for player A, 22 for player B. Who do you want? Player A or player B? Player A or player B? 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or text me 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. Player A, 24 points per game. Player B, 22 points per game. All right, let me go. All right. RW said they're going with player B. 832-275 said give them player A. LT said give him player A. 832-432 said give them player A. It is 13-13. 13-13. Who's going to break this tie? Who is going to break this tie? All right, Monica, you know what to do. Monica, you know what to do. Cheerleader, you got to call me, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. I need Monica Morris Howard, our resident cheerleader, to call and break the tie. All right, here we go. 281-453-1000, Monica. I can't finish it until you do. Oh, here we go. Phone is ringing. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
This is Monica, the cheerleader.
All right, cheerleader. Player A in the last category averaged 24 points a game. Player B averaged 22 points a game. Who you going with, A or B?
Give me B.
All right, you got it. It's 14-13. That's the final score.
All righty.
Thank you, cheerleader.
Signing off.
All right, I appreciate you.
No problem.
That is our resident cheerleader, and I love it. I love it. All right, the winner, player B, by just by a smidgen, by one vote. All right, so now, somebody call me right now, 281-453-1000. If you can name either player A or player B, if you can name either player A or player B, I got 2 tickets for you to the State Fair Classic. That's Prairie View versus Grambling, March the 13th in the Cotton Bowl up in Dallas. 2 tickets for you to that game if you can tell me one of the 2 players, player A or player B. Multiple NBA champions, both of them. Multiple NBA Finals MVP, both of them. NBA MVP, both of them. What else? What else? I forgot the other one. Oh, okay. And then, of course, they're scoring 24 points per game or 22 points per game. Who can name them? 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. I'm looking for the first caller who can give me the name of either player A or player B, and you got 2 tickets to the Classic. All right, look, somebody take a guess. It doesn't hurt to guess. 281-453-1000. 281-453-1000. Let me tell you real quick while we're waiting on our caller. It's tax season, and Global One Tax Services wants to be your tax preparer. They will even come to your home if that's most convenient for you. Call Shannon Hinton at 281-377-5565. That's 281-377-5565. Tell her you heard it right here on the lunch break and the legendary KYOK. She's going to take good care of you. All right, so nobody wants to guess. Going once. I reward people for guessing. Going twice. 281-453-1000. Can you guess player A or player B? Somebody's trying to text me. No, you got to call me. You can't guess on my text message. Got to call me, 281-453-1000. If you want to talk low because you're at your job, I'll let you talk low. I'll talk low with you. Hey, okay, who do you think it was, player A or player B? Hey, where do you work? And don't tell me where you work because I'm going to blow it up. I'm going to be like, hey, all right, we shout out to, over that, that spot. But if you got to talk low, you can talk low. Going once. Going twice. I got to get ready to go. All right, nobody's going to win the tickets. Nobody is going to win these tickets. And once I tell you who it is, you can't call then. I can't believe y'all can't guess this. That was a tough one. Who agrees that was a tough one? Player A, who came in second, was none other than Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal was a 4-time NBA champion, 3 times Finals MVP, the most valuable player of his in 2000, and he was the number one pick back in I got it somewhere. What'd I do with it? Okay. Yeah, he was the number one back in 1992. Back in 1992. Player A was Shaquille O'Neal. Player B, who won, was none other than Hakeem Olajuwon, the Dream, number 1 overall pick back in 1984. 2-time NBA champ, 2-time Finals MVP champ, most valuable player in 1994, and averaged 22 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists per game, and he is an NBA Hall of Famer. All right, so that's it. That's Stats Battle. If you want to try it next week, you can. We'll have something else to give away then. But again, I want to appreciate y'all for playing. Definitely want to appreciate Monica Morris Howard for being our resident cheerleader and tiebreaker for Stats Battle. I got to get ready to go. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on. She'll give you the latest in the COVID-19 update. And of course, I'll be back tomorrow with Throwback Thursday. We'll have Chris Gardner on the show. For Women's Month, History Month, I want to celebrate Jackie Joyner Kersey. Y'all remember her from those amazing days in track and field. Today is her birthday. So we honor the legendary Hall of Fame, track Hall of Famer, Jackie Joyner Kersey on her birthday on this day in Women's History Month. All right, Donnie McClurkin up next with the Donnie McClurkin Show. He'll give you the best in gospel music and the latest in the gospel music industry. Donnie does his thing every Monday through Friday from 2 to 3. In the morning, you got Erica Campbell and Griff. You got Shiloh Radio, and then your boy will be in. Me and Chris Gardner will bring you Throwback Thursday. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it, but still wear your mask, wash your hands, sanitize everything around you, and be sensitive to everybody around you. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person, the racism.
Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Governor Greg Abbott announced Tuesday he's lifting the mask mandate in the state of Texas, even as health officials warn not to ease safety restrictions. Abbott also said businesses of any type will be allowed to open 100% beginning Wednesday, March 10th. Health experts say relaxing restrictions now could lead to another surge, especially with the variants spreading. Leaders at the World Health Organization report the number of new COVID-19 cases are on the rise for the first time in almost 2 months. Civil rights leader, attorney, power broker, and presidential confidant Vernon Jordan has died. As a part of his work with the Georgia National Association of Colored People and the United Negro College Fund, the son of the South challenged all forms of segregation and racial discrimination. Mr. Vernon Jordan was 85. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SybilWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston. Are you ready?
All right, y'all. A lot of fun, man. A lot of fun today. Great show. Great calls. I appreciate Todd. Definitely appreciate the greatest of all time. And Longhorn Keith, man. I appreciate you. So y'all hang in there. Have a great rest of your day. Be safe out there. And I mean it. Not this, definitely this. We got to find a way to pull this thing together. Love y'all. I'll talk to you tomorrow.